Good morning, welcome to another reading vlog. These are the books that I have on the go right now. I'm trying to finish Charles with Epicurus by Daniel Klein. I should have finished this one already, and it's a pretty short read, so I'm probably going to try to finish this one today. I'm reading The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. This is a buddy read with Doris and Heidi and Patrice. And I'm also participating in a buddy read of Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. This is with Heidi and Doris and Valentina and Will. And these are the books that you'll probably hear me talk about in this vlog, so stay tuned.
Still to come on the news
You
hour,
like your
a
little
blockbuster
swing,
trove of documents
right?
unveils
Remember?
the lies
You like
undergirding
this
the
one?
war in Afghanistan. Amy Walter and Tamara Keith on the
No,
latest
don't
move
cry.
on Democratic campaign trail.
This was a really interesting read. Daniel Klein goes into the theme of old age. He looks at what the philosophers have said, but he's also writing from his own experience because he's in his early 70s when he's writing this. And he talks about things like holding on to youth past the point where your body is young. He even discusses subjects like men getting testosterone shots and women getting breast augmentations, and whether that is robbing them of the experience that they could have as an older person when they're just trying to hold on to youth past that point where they're no longer young. I thought that was fascinating, and I liked that even though he had access to all these philosophers' thoughts and writings, that he used the lyrics from Frank Sinatra's songs to prove his point. So this was a really interesting read. I'm giving this a high rating, even though I'm not sure who I would recommend to read this book. Maybe I liked it because I'm not personally affected by what Klein is talking about here. So I'm not sure how this would read for an older person who's experiencing these things. But for now, I'm done. Moving on to another book. Finally trying this Popeye's chicken sandwich, and it is worth all the hype. Oh yeah. It's snowing. Well, it snowed. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I'm finally about to film my review for the 1975 Booker Prize winning novel Heat and Dust. And I don't know what other videos I'm going to be able to film today. I need to film some Vlogmas videos because the next few days are probably going to be really busy. And I'm not sure how much filming time I'm going to have. So I'm going to see how many things I can crank out today. We still have some cheesecake in the fridge from our anniversary celebration, but I have a craving for blueberry muffins. So I have some muffin mix here and some frozen blueberries that I just heated up. I'm going to muddle. And I'm going to incorporate some of my walnuts inside, of course. But first I have to go see what's going on with the baby. Hey there. Are you going to name the birdies? You got to name them. What name would you like to give the birdie? Peter and Paul? Two. Walnuts are in. Blueberries are in. And now we're ready to bake 400 degrees for about 15 minutes, and I should have my muffins ready. Hey. Hey there. Hey, are you talking to the birdie? Did you name him? You want me to put on the music and the vibration? Or you want me to just rock you? I could just rock you for a little bit. And 15 minutes later, here's a finished product. Not dessert time yet, but I can't wait. And the blueberries are not quite muddled, so I'm still getting a little bit of juice infusion in the bite. Good stuff. Good morning. It is Thursday morning. I have a big meeting in the city today, so I'm not going to be able to do a lot of reading. My husband is off, so he's going to be taking me to the city. And we're going to spend some time together. Even when we come back, I think we're just going to hang out together. So I don't think I'm going to read much, but I wanted to check in and let you know where I am with my reading. I'm reading The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys, and we're up to about chapter 50 right now. We just did our chapter 50 check-in. This is historical fiction set in Spain during the 1950s. So we're reading about Francisco Franco's dictatorship and the effect that it has on the other characters. So we have characters who are working class citizens of Spain, but we also have a family that has come from the United States to visit. The mother has Spanish origins, and the son, of course, because he's grown up in the United States, he's very new to what is happening. So we're seeing we're seeing the dictatorship, and we're seeing how it's affected the people, but we're also seeing it through the eyes of this young man Daniel, someone who's removed from that political climate, but seeing how it's affected people his age and who he'd like to get to know, people who he'd like to spend time with, but they're under the effect of this dictator. So very interesting. At this point, we're also reading about the effect that the church has on these characters. At the end of chapter 50, we've gotten to a place where all of these young characters that we're following have gone to the church to confess. And it's interesting the secrets that they're holding from each other. Very interesting. At this point, I'm getting to the place where I'm pretty invested in it now. And then I'm also doing this buddy read of Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. And this is historical fiction as well, set in England during the time when Henry VIII wants to divorce his wife to marry Anne Boleyn. And the Pope and the Catholic Church refuses to grant him that divorce. So this is leading up to the time where the Church of England becomes separated from the Catholic Church. And I'm finding this to be such a fascinating look at this period of history, because we're reading this novel, we're seeing these events through the eyes of Thomas Cromwell. And I don't know too much about these characters from a historical perspective, but the way Mantel has set up this book, where she's given us lots of characters who have very similar names, and is kind of forcing us to make comparisons between these characters, who they are and how they are viewed and treated by other people. But also other themes that are interesting to me in this book are how she talks about religion and the church and state, pretty much, but how she alternates scenes. So we move from one scene to another and see a particular event through the eyes of the church and then through the eyes of the state. I'm finding this to be really, really well executed as a novel. So I'm not that far in. I'm just a little past page 100, but I'm loving the reading so far. And my buddy readers are keeping me quite engaged in terms of the questions that they're asking and the answers that they're proposing for those questions. Fascinating to read, but also fascinating to discuss. And I know you can hear the baby because she keeps reminding me that she's here. She's also letting you know that you're taking up the time that she's supposed to be spending with her mother, except I'm with her for 23.5 hours every day. So if I take half an hour to catch up with you guys, I think it's okay, right? She needs to kind of sit by herself sometimes, right? I'm not ignoring her, I promise. But her needs are met. She's not hungry. She's not wet. She's just sitting by herself at a time when she thinks that she should be in my lap. I'm going to pick her up now. Both of these books that I'm buddy reading have red covers, and I'm thinking about what the meaning of that is. Like Wolf Hall has a red dust jacket, but the Naked hardback has a red spine with black cover. And then Fountains of Silence has this sepia-toned dust jacket. Even though the spine is red, the Naked hardback is entirely red. And I mean, it's a gorgeous Naked hardback too. Nice little imprint right here. But I'm thinking about the reason for the red color and whether or not I have any other books on my shelf that have red covers and they have a meaning. So I'm gonna probably look for those books and maybe make a video on that. It's Friday morning. I picked up The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway because this was on my TBR for the Gone with the Book Readathon, and I didn't get a chance to get to it, but I'd like to finish a book. I'd like to finish another book this week, and this is a pretty short one, so I picked this up this morning and I got to about page 65. It's time for me to film my Friday Reads video, so I'm not going to be able to finish this and talk about it in that video, but I'm going to see how far I get to. This is set in France. The main character right now is an American expat living in Paris, but somehow he wants to go, or he's interested in bullfighting, so it seems like he's going to be going to Spain. And the book that I'm reading with my buddies, The Fountains of Silence, that is set in Spain and talks about bullfighting because one of the characters aspires to be a matador. So I'm looking forward to seeing how those two books are going to connect. Even though this right now doesn't seem like it's about bullfighting, there's an image of bullfighting on the cover, so that should mean something, right? I'm gonna try to record our Friday Reads video just as soon as the baby settles down a little bit. It's either you're gonna make your own video or you're gonna let me make mine. Which is it gonna be, baby? Which is it gonna be? Which is it gonna be? Huh? You don't know yet? You're still deciding? You're fascinated by all the books, huh? You're gonna read all of them? How long do you think it will take you? More importantly, when do you plan to start? It's not overwhelming. Just take it book by book. Like Anne Lamott says in her book, Bird by Bird. Just read them book by book. Okay? Yeah. You decide which one comes first, which one comes next. But you can read them all. Don't be overwhelmed. Okay? Good job. We'll see you in the Friday Reads video. I registered for the Walmart registry some weeks ago, before the baby was born. And they said it would take a while, but this is my welcome box. So let's see what's inside. Ooh, fancy. Oh, they gave us a infant formula single serve pack. There's a Dove wash. Oh, that's good, because I was gonna buy one. And a couple of bottles, Even Flow bottle and a Dr. Brown's bottle. Wow, 2 bottles in this box. Water wipes, Pampers wipes, Pampers Swaddlers, which she no longer fits. Huggies size 1. That's good. I can take that with us today. And some stretch mark cream and a pacifier. Baby Brown, we're gonna try this pacifier. See if you like this one any more than the other one, because you keep spitting out that other one. Then there is a container of newborn detergent, which we have some, but it's good to get more. And coupons. Nice. It's very similar to the box from Amazon. The Amazon box had that little muslin cloth that we use, which I love. But this has 2 bottles. This has an Even Flow bottle and a Dr. Brown's bottle. Dr. Brown's 8-ounce anti-colic bottle. So, yeah, we'll try them. We try. This is good. The other thing with Amazon is that I had to buy something from the registry before they'd send me the box. I don't think anybody bought us anything from Walmart. I don't know. We'll see. I'll check. It turns out that shopping for babies is also just as fun, because I need to buy a dress for the baby to go to a gala, and I could get that one, or I could get that one. Or I could get this one. And now I'm thinking that I want to get all of them. This is the dress that I decided to go with, and it looks even better on her than it did in the store. This is for the gala. Our church is having an anniversary event, so we're getting ready.
Pray that the Lord will bless you as you continue to thrive in the Harlem area, and that He will see to it that you will make it to 100 and even more.